Welcome to another Ninja Camp tutorial. This is Spiel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to sell with auctioneer. It's just basic tutorial stuff today, and we'll get into more advanced ones later. First thing I want to do is hit the auctioneer here. Brings up my inventory automatically, which is fine. One of the things that you want to do right off the start is click this, which will do a get all fast scan. There's a scan button down here, but it takes like 14 hours to execute. This one takes like 3 minutes, so just make sure you use this one up here. I'm not going to make you wait 3 minutes, but it'll bring up a loading bar like up in this area, and then you'll be good to go. I just did it a couple minutes ago, so we should be set. Next thing you want to do is click the appraiser button down here. You should do all your selling within appraiser. And basically what it does is when you do that scan, it's going to look at each item in your inventory. Well, it looks at each item in the entire auction house, but then it compares your inventory with that. So this is your inventory over here. So I have a bunch of glyphs I want to sell, and this is not the best way to sell like a bajillion glyphs like I have here. I have better ways to do that, and I'll show you those in another tutorial. But say you have like 5 or 10 items you want to sell, this is a good way to do it. Just a few things. The number you see here, the 6 in green and the 4 in yellow, this stuff is color coded based on your auction scan data. So basically it goes from blue to green to yellow to orange to red based on how cheap it is and how expensive it is. So red 6 here means that there are 6 already on the auction house and they're really expensive compared to what auctioneer usually sees them at when it scans. So the point here is that you want to scan often so that your price data is really accurate. In this case we have 1 green, so there's only one other one on the auction house, and it's got a pretty decent price. Same thing here, 4 green, 1 yellow, and then one that's set to really expensive, 18 gold, which is pretty high. And that's about it. So that's a good way. This is how many you have over here, this column. But this is a good way to see, how much your stuff is worth. So the process is, you select what you want to sell. This glyph of Avenging Wrath will be good because, they're really expensive, so it'd be easy to undercut and still make a lot of profit here. In this case, I want to set stack size to 1. All that means is it's just going to sell 1 at a time in an auction, so there's no really reason to sell glyphs in stacks. So you pretty much always want to set that to 1 for glyphs, but, Frostweave Cloth or something like that, you might want to set to 5 or 20. And this slider here says I want to sell them all, so it's going to sell 6 auctions here, 1 at a time, until they're all gone, is what this is saying. Duration, these are just the different options for the auction house duration. Batch posting we'll get into later. You don't really need to cover it right now. It's already set to 4 gold, which obviously is not going to work. So the easiest way just to price match with these guys is type in 1 gold less and then click enable price matching, and that'll bump it right up to like 1 copper or 2 copper underneath what they have it sold at. So that's how I usually do it. You just need to type in the gold columns, you don't really need to fill out all this other stuff, and then just hit post items. You can see it's queuing up 6 items, doing this thing in the inventory over here, and it's just going to put all 6 auctions up really quickly. So not too bad. The nice thing about this is if you know what you're doing and you move kind of fast, you can queue a bunch of them up and you don't have to wait for it to go. So in the case of Glyph of Battle here, I know I want to sell all those. Blast Wave, it looks like I can put it up to like 33 on this one. This one is a new one, so I have to set that to 1 again. Same with this one. You can see though it's not too bad once you get into the rhythm of it. Again though, this is not the way I would recommend selling like 500 things like I have here, but it's really good just to clear your inventory at the end of the day or whatever you need to do. This number down here is just the remaining auctions that have to be sold, so it'll like make a counter when you get a bunch of stuff in the queue. And that's about it. That's just the basics for selling with auctioneer. And well, like I said, we're going to go into a lot more detail with more auctioneer add-ons, tutorials, and other tutorials about the auction house and a bunch of other stuff. So make sure you guys check out ninjacamp.com. You know, follow us on YouTube and keep coming to the site. Thanks a lot.
Ancestors watch over you. Oh.